Thank you. I'll call this order to meeting the Committee of Adjustment. It is 6 o'clock, July 7th. The meeting will be held in a virtual manner where committee members, staff, and the public can participate electronically. The meeting is being live stream recorded and will be available on the township website. Notice is hereby provided that under the authority of the Municipal Act 2001, in accordance with the Municipal Freedom of Information Protection of Privacy Act, all information attained in this is considered part of the public record. Now, I can't see anybody's faces yet, but can we have a confirmation of the agenda? The recommendation is that the agenda of the July 7th Committee of Adjustment meeting be confirmed as circulated. Could I have a mover?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Lindsay, a seconder.
I'll second that, Councillor Broderick.
Okay, seconded by Councillor Willis. All in favor? And I assume there's nobody opposed. So could I get at least committee members to be on the screen so I can see and you can put your hand up at the appropriate time? And while I'm waiting for that, we will disclose your pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof. Does anyone have an interest to declare? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on. 4.1, adoption of the minutes. A recommendation that the minutes of the April 7th, 2025 Committee of Adjustment meeting be adopted as circulated. Moved by Councillor Willis, seconder. We have a seconder. Can somebody speak up or show of hand?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. All those in favor? And we're carried. Okay, public meeting. So the first public meeting is D13-2025-004 142 Lodge Street, Lewis and Zoe Briggs, minor variance. Staff, do you have anything to add to that? Or any more information to share?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair, just a quick overview. So the variance is being requested for 142 Lodge Street in Bath. As some of you may remember, the property received numerous variance approvals in October of 2024, but unfortunately this variance request was missed within those approvals. This specific variance is being requested to permit a hot tub within the floodplain, which will reduce the rear and interior yard setbacks for a hot tub from 1.2 meters to 0 meters, and to reduce the front yard setback for a hot tub from 7.5 meters to 0 meters. While the setback is being reduced to 0 meters, it's not actually allowing the hot tub to be on the property line, as condition number 1 of the recommendation ties it to the drawing that was submitted with the application that's included as an attachment to the report. The reason the setback is being reduced to 0 is to recognize zoning provision 4.11D, which does not allow any part of the floodplain to be used to calculate a zone provision. So therefore, we're reducing it to 0, as it's not able to be calculated at all because it's within the floodplain. With that said, the application is being recommended for approval for the following reasons. The general intent and purpose of the official plan is met, as the use is permitted in the low density residential designation, and the Conservation Authority confirmed they had no concerns with the variance. The general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw is met, as the variances will not conflict with neighboring uses or aggravate any natural hazards further. The variances are considered appropriate development of the land, as the site is limited and the hot tub is considered not to aggravate the existing flooding hazard. Lastly, the variances can be considered minor, as the hot tub is an accessory structure which is proposed in a location that is appropriately set back from property lines, the existing dwelling, and Lake Ontario. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Committee members, are there any questions for staff to provide clarification? I think we've gone through this one before. Okay, is the applicant present? No applicant?
Through the chair,
Yeah.
I can bring in the applicant now.
If they wish to speak, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Zoe or Louis? Yeah, Louis, you're not obligated to speak, but if you have anything to add, we'd appreciate your comments.
Yes, no, James summarized it perfectly. We have nothing more to add, but if there's any other questions that have come up, we're happy to discuss. Thank you. I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else on the list, Jillian? If there's anybody in the audience, we raise your hand if you wish to speak.
Through to the chair, I'm not seeing anyone else in the virtual audience wishing to speak to this item.
Okay, committee, we have a recommendation as follows, that the report from the Development Services Division dated July 7th, 2025, re 142 Lodge Street, Lewis and Zoe Briggs minor variance be received, and that the minor variance application D13 2025-0004 affecting property described as part of Lot 10, concession broken front in the geographic township of Ernestown as in LA 66601, subject to LA 88497, and more particularly described as 142 Lodge Street, Bath, to permit a hot tub in the floodplain, section 411A, to reduce the rear and interior side yard setback for a hot tub from 1.2 meters to 0 meters, section 4.37A, and to reduce the front yard setback for a hot tub from 7.5 meters to 0 meters, section 511.2 CI be approved, subject to the following conditions: that the approved variance applies only to the location identified on the drawing submitted, and the application, and that the owner obtain all necessary permits from the Cataract Region Conservation Authority as it meets the 4 tests of a minor variance. Could I have a mover, please?
So
Moved by Councillor Willis, seconded by Mr. Lindsay. All in favor? Carried. Item 5.2. D13 2025-0005 121 Dr. Richard James Crescent, Jodie Stoliker O'Reilly and Ken O'Reilly, a minor variance. We have a recommendation that the report from the Development Services Division, re 121 Dr. Richard James Crescent, Jodie Stoliker O'Reilly and Ken O'Reilly, minor variance be received, and the minor variance application D13 2025-005 affecting property described as part lot 6, plan 29M 48, part 5, 29R, 10334, Loyalist Township in the county of Lennox and Addington, and more particularly located at 121 Dr. Richard James Crescent, Amherst, to reduce the rear yard setback for a deck from 6 meters to 5.7, section 440B and 5.14.5.8 2E, to recognize the existing construction of a deck in the rear yard be approved, subject to the conditions. Staff, any comments?
Yes, I would like to add and give you the outline.
Yep.
Through the chair, the proposed application for 121 Dr. Richard James Crescent proposes to reduce the rear yard setback from 6 meters to 5.7 meters to recognize the existing construction of a deck in the rear yard. Staff are recommending approval of the application as it meets the 4 tests of minor variance. First, the general intent and purpose of the official plan is met as the proposed use is a permitted use and the requested variance does not conflict with the minimum density residential designation. Second, the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw is met as the reduction of the setback in the rear yard of the deck provides adequate green space and does not conflict with the neighboring uses. Third, the requested variance is considered an appropriate development of land as the deck is keeping with the residential use of the property. Fourth, the variance can be considered minor as the location of the deck will not cause any adverse impacts to the property or neighborhood. Therefore, staff are recommending the approval of the minor variance. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody on the committee have any questions for staff for clarification? Mr. Lindsay, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A quick question to staff. Is this deck existing now? Is it an existing deck? It's already there? Or is this a deck yet to be built?
It is existing and it requires a minor variance as it is flagged by the building division while they were inspecting for building permit.
Okay, so when the proponents or when the owners went to get a building permit for this deck, it was revealed that the deck was 1 foot or 0.3 meters encroaching into the rear yard, correct?
Yes.
So this is sort of asking for forgiveness after the fact.
It just came through building division that they would require a minor variance when they went to the for the inspection, and therefore it came to the building division for that
Okay, but
one.
I guess what I'm getting at is that generally the proponent would have to go to the municipality to submit their drawings for the deck. And it should have been identified there to allow the proponent to either reduce the size of their deck before it was built, instead of getting in this predicament now where they're having to come spend money for a variance to get a relief for 1 foot. I don't have any issues, Mr. Chair, with the variance itself. It is minor and it does meet the requirements and the tests of the Planning Act. It's just, it's sort of a warning to people that make sure you are accurate in your drawings before you build. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Are either of the applicants online? If so, do they wish to speak? If so, just let the host know.
Through to the chair, it does not appear that
Okay.
the applicants are wishing to speak on this matter.
Okay, thank you. Could somebody make the recommendation? Councillor Willis.
Would you like me to read it?
Sure, I read it once, but you could just move the recommendation.
I'll move the recommendation as listed in the agenda.
Okay, and a seconder, Mr. James, thank you. All in favor? Carried. No decisions have been made. Other business, upcoming meeting is August 5th. I move to adjourn at 6:13. Sorry, Mayor, another quick one. All in favor? Moved by Mayor Hagedorn, seconded by Mr.